I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror since 2014. This is episode 284 of the program. Tonight we are discussing the Final Destination movies.
All of them.
And Final Destination Bloodlines in particular. My name is Amy. I am your fearless leader.
My name's Kay, and I came in before my introduction. Like always. You know who I am.
It's true. Well, now it's officially fall. September 1st, right?
Guess how many pumpkin spice lattes I've gotten so far?
How many?
3.
Really?
Yeah.
You keep so many things from me. Do I even know you? I haven't seen any of these lattes.
Well, it's just my basic white bitch coming out, you know? PSL season, baby.
PSL season. Okay. Let's press on. We've got quite a lot to talk about this episode.
Oh, I could feel disdain for me and my lifestyle.
Listen, I like pumpkin spice lattes. I got one last year.
Yeah, you did get one.
And I did feel a little bit of shame. But I got it.
Just push it down. Push that shame down.
I love pumpkin flavored things.
Yeah.
And this is a very boring coupley thing to tell you listeners, but Kay made me snickerdoodles this past week, and they were so good. And I'm really excited that Kay knows how to bake snickerdoodles now.
They didn't last very long, friends.
No. Oh, no.
I was like, wow, this recipe's great. It gave me like 23 cookies. That's a good amount of cookies.
For 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't last very long.
Snickerdoodles.
Cream of tartar is the key to that recipe.
The secret ingredient for snickerdoodles? Who knew?
That's right.
Crazy.
Yeah, gives you that tang.
What is it?
I don't know, some like
It's vegan,
acid.
right?
Yeah. It's not real cream. It's
Okay.
like just what they call it.
Okay.
We could look it up after.
Yeah, we don't need to bring them into this. So, I told you listeners that there wasn't going to be any horror homework because our homework was going to be watching the 5 Final Destination movies before this one. But we did actually sneak one in.
Yeah, a little extra credit.
Yeah, because we're overachievers.
Teacher, I know the answer. Teacher,
I'm ever so smart. Yeah, so we watched Houseu,
Houseu.
the 1977 movie from Nobuhiko Obayashi. It is, if you want to watch it, on HBO Max and the Criterion Channel.
Yes.
But we watched my copy. Because I own this one.
Yeah, that's right.
What'd you think of this movie, Kay?
Well...
First of all, will you tell them what it's about?
Yeah, luckily I was told beforehand that this director had commissioned his 6-year-old child to come up with a story. And he took it and ran with it and didn't change anything. Or if he did change things, you could definitely feel the 6-year-old vibe coming through. You could feel it in the names of the characters. They were very, very...
Gorgeous was one of them.
Fantasy was the one that always came up with stories.
And no one believed. So, of
Yeah.
course, she saw the stuff happening.
Melody was really into music.
Right.
Professor was the smart one.
Kung Fu was the butch one.
Oh, yeah, who saved them all and kicked and punched and all of that.
Yeah.
So, because I knew that, then I was so on board and could think of a little kid being like, and then guess what happens the whole time. And for that reason, I loved it. And otherwise, I would have fucking hated it because it was insane. It was just a little kid's ramblings of, all of these best friends going to stay with her dead mother's sister, also known as an aunt.
That's right.
Also known as an aunt. But all of these horrific things keep happening in the house, and it's very
horrific and weird things.
Yeah, it's very like this child had heard a couple of fairy tales, smushed them all together, and this is what we got. But it was weird and precious and wonderful.
What was your favorite part?
bringing the watermelon out of the well, which was actually a hit.
And what about the piano scene?
Oh my God. I forgot about the piano scene.
Well, I want to remind you.
Thank you. Melody is sitting there playing this beautiful song, and then the piano obviously eats her.
Yeah, everything in the house is alive.
Yeah, so the piano eats her, and then first it starts with the fingers, and so she pulls her hands up, and her fingers are mangled and all different lengths, and then it eats her whole body, and then the detached fingers are still playing the song. Oh, Lord. So if you walk into it with childlike wonder, then you're going to love it. Otherwise, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
You may still hate it, actually, because we watched it with another friend, and he didn't like it, and he knew the story behind it, so...
Well...
Your mileage may vary. Also, if you like cute kitty cats, there is a very fluffy and cute kitty cat in this.
There sure is.
Named Blanche?
Blanche.
No. Wasn't Blanche the name of the cat in Sorry Baby?
No, that one was gray. Blanche was the white one. Sorry, Baby, you had a gray cat.
Are you sure the cat wasn't named Blanche, though?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you. We
Blanche
also
was
saw
the white-
Sorry Baby. It was good.
White, fluffy one.
Okay. Got it.
How's that?
Yeah. So I definitely recommend this movie. I think it's really wacky. I also noticed some kind of Lynchian stuff in this. And because this predates... I think Eraserhead was 77. Let me check that quickly. Just so I don't mislead you listeners.
Everyone, pause with us.
Eraserhead came out the same year as this, and I see some kind of parallels between David Lynch's work and Obayashi's. And I think probably not so much in Eraserhead. I think that David Lynch might have been influenced by this, which I never really noticed in previous viewings of this movie. So listeners, if you've seen House, let us know if you enjoyed it, what your thoughts are on it.
What's the name of the cat? We refuse to look it up.
I'm never looking
But I
it
think
up.
I'm right.
But I believe you, because you're better with character names, and everyone knows that about you and me. So we did do that horror homework, and for next time, we're finishing up the 70s and getting into the 80s. So we're going to be wrapping up the 70s with The Brood, which is a David Cronenberg movie, which I don't believe you've watched any of yet. Oh, no, we watched Dead Ringers together, didn't we? About the gynecologists that were twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did watch that together. So this will be your second David Cronenberg movie.
I can't wait.
Yeah. And it's pretty wacky. If you listeners want to watch along to talk about at the next episode, it's also playing on HBO and Criterion. And then we're going to start the 80s with The Changeling from 1980, starring George C. Scott, directed by somebody I don't really know. And I can't remember his name. Victor Murtek or something? I don't know.
I don't know why you're looking at me like I would have any idea.
I don't know, because you're across from me, I guess.
Because that's how conversations work.
Yeah.
Looking at each other's faces.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you want to watch The Changeling, and I recommend both of these, of course, it's on AMC Plus and Shudder right now. So do check those out in the next 2 weeks, and we'll chat about them together. And that's been Horror Homework. Now let's get into the Final Destination movies.
I cannot wait to see if you remember, I don't know. I'll give you credit if you can remember, well, there's 6 movies, so if you could remember one character from each movie.
No, their names?
Yeah.
No.
Just one character.
I can't.
There's so many.
I'm already going to tell you I can't. I'll just say names of horror directors, and I'll be statistically right because that's what they take all the names from.
Okay.
But you can try to quiz me, and I will do my best.
Whatever. I'm still going to use their names, and you could just stare at me blankly.
I sure will. Just be like the guy who had a fridge dropped on him, or the guy who the fire escape fell into his face, and then I'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we were thinking, listeners, is that because we watched all 5 of these in the past 2 weeks, we would kind of run through them, talk about what we liked about them, the basic setup for each, And then we'll get into Final Destination Bloodlines.
Bloodlines.
So, Kay has made us a handy visual aid here that we'll have to take a picture of and put on the post.
Absolutely not.
No?
This is not fine artwork.
Because
this is
you
for us.
only used color on one of them?
That's correct.
Come on.
Well, because...
Fine. Okay.
Just close your eyes, envision what each movie was about. That's what's on the visual aid.
It's much better than I could have done. Anyhow, first one. So these started off as they were intended to be originally an X-Files episode. The first one came out in 2000, so this franchise is now 25 years old. And it was intended to be an X-Files episode, which it's very in keeping with the X-Files. So in the first one, there's always a big disaster, and a character sees it, presages it, sees it before it happens.
Yeah.
And is able to be spared, and some other people tag along, and they're spared, and then death comes for him.
Yeah.
That is the setup for these movies.
You can't trick death.
Right.
He wants you dead. He's gonna get you.
So the first one is a plane crash. Kids are going on a class trip to Paris, and little Devon Sawa sees it in his mind that the plane is going to crash, and he sees all these grisly deaths, and he's like, we got to get off this plane. And then, one by one, people die. It also has Stifler from American Pie in it. What did you think of the first movie?
I think that plane crash is a really good way to start us off. I think a lot of people have fears about flying. It's very unnatural to be in a giant metal tube in the sky.
So many things can go wrong, and if they do, you're not on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly have any fear about flying, but that's just blind naivete. I think that it's very smart for people to be cautious when they are traveling.
As my therapist would say, it fits the facts for you to be nervous
Yeah.
about flying.
It should, yeah. It
Even though
should cause me-
statistically, yes, you are safe. Still,
a lot of things could go wrong. So I think it's a good premise for the movie for it being the first one. Not that they necessarily knew that it was going to become a franchise, but that plays on a lot of people's fears, and everyone could be like, yeah, if I had a premonition that the plane was going to go down, I'd get off the plane.
right.
I think in general the deaths weren't to their peak yet.
No.
My favorite of the kills in this one was definitely the
In the first one?
In the first one was the clothesline, Todd getting wrapped around it and
In the shower.
strangling. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I didn't particularly love any of the real
No.
kills.
I think this one was good for it's the,
It's a setup. It's the original.
yeah, it's good for the creativity of its premise.
Right. Originality for sure.
Yeah, and the cool kind of Twilight Zone-y setup for it. And it starts us off with the winds of death, which was our biggest takeaway from this. The cold breeze of death.
We said it so many times throughout
times.
these movies that I was like, wait, did the movie tell us about the winds of death? Or it's just their visual cue for you to know that death is coming? And we just kept whispering, the winds of death.
No, it was definitely not.
Just us.
Yeah, it was just us. Okay, so 2.
Number 2. So number 2 was...
I see a log truck
Yeah.
on our visual aid.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the only thing that I knew about the franchise before 2 weeks ago, was some comedian had made a joke about like driving behind a log truck and being like, oh, no, you don't. I've seen Final Destination 2. I will not be driving behind you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that I knew about the franchise at all. So it was pretty exciting getting to see that scene come to fruition.
It's a pretty good scene, too. Most of them, the opening scenes, are pretty harrowing and good. Some of them, not as much, but...
Until I saw Bloodlines, this was my second favorite. I really liked 2. I liked that it gave you a lot of, like, sight, I don't want to say sight gags, but like different things that leads you into
That's
what's
when they
going
started
to happen.
kind of doing that more.
Yeah,
and
happen to
leaning
the
into it.
characters. There's this one scene where there was magnets on the fridge and it spelled a word, and then one of the magnets fell off, and then it said "I," and I was like, "Ooh, look at that little Easter egg! Something's going to happen to his eye." And then, sure enough, a ladder fell right into his eye socket.
Oh yeah, that one.
So I was really excited about that. Spoiler alert: they stopped doing that in 3. 3 sucks. We'll get there.
4 sucks worse.
Well, I don't know. I have 3 worse than 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So best death in 2 for you?
Best death is
They also kind of switch it up a little bit where they do like a reverse order thing that they never revisit.
Right.
That Kay was very upset about.
Yeah. They switched up the order for no reason, and then they didn't bring it back up in any of the other movies, which was annoying to me because I don't like when there's continuity errors in a franchise. But my favorite kill was Kat being pierced through the head. Okay, so they're all in the car, and they all got out, but she's stuck because trees across her lap. She can't open the door.
Right.
And there's like a pipe coming through the back of her headrest. And then
she like is so close to getting killed from both ends.
Right. And then the firemen get there and they bring out the jaws of life to take her out of the car, but then that releases the airbag and her head slams back into the pipe and gets her.
And isn't something like stuck in the dashboard too that like pokes her from the front?
No, I don't remember that. I think it's just the one coming through the back because the airbag hits her back into it.
Okay.
And then it's the tree across her that she can't get out. Yeah, that was my favorite. What was your favorite?
Is this the one where the guy dies in the line at the drive-thru?
Nope, that's 3.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know. I don't know about this one. Which one's my favorite death?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Don't remember a lot about this.
Tell me some more.
Well, I only wrote down the one favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one.
2 is not your...
I liked 2. I thought 2 was very funny. It's when it started to get more funny, and that's what I enjoyed about it. I have 2 ranked higher than 3 or 4.
Yeah. All right. 3, my least favorite of all
Kay's
of them.
least favorite. This one's a amusement park disaster, a roller coaster gone wrong.
Yeah.
Which, unless it's like an amusement park, don't go on a roller coaster. Something that's disassembled and reassembled once a week, I don't trust.
Yeah. Working in construction, I will tell you that everyone's drunk all of the time. Don't trust anything that's built by anyone.
And especially not carnies.
Yeah.
Itinerant people? I'm sorry, that was rude.
Yeah, that's a little rude, but anyways, yeah, things that need to be put together multiple times a year. Someone's going to drop a screw.
Yeah, something's going to get lost.
Yeah,
something's not going to be tightened enough.
Think of the last time you put together some IKEA furniture and you just had you just had pieces that were extra and you were like, well, it's probably fine.
It's probably fine. These movies are honestly really just testaments to the need to follow safety protocols. They're like workplace safety videos turned into a horror franchise.
Yeah. And it really does. Yeah. So many accidents.
3's not great.
Yeah, I hated this one because they took away all of your little Easter eggs from 2 by having the characters just print out photos because the one girl was taking photos for the yearbook. So they printed out all of these photos saying exactly how they were going to die. And there were some red herrings in there. Like, they didn't automatically say, oh, this one's going to die this way and got it correct every time. So there was like a little bit of, anticipation born through that, but still, I just hated it. I hated it. They didn't let you the audience see the picture long enough to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
They just were like, oh, there's a big burst of flame in this one. He's going to die in a fire. And I just hated it.
Yeah. I wonder if this was more... I wonder if 3 came out during, like, when torture porn started getting popular. Because it was less funny. We should have talked about, 2, also, doesn't someone survive? Don't they both survive in 2?
Yeah, because...
She dies.
Well, she drowns, and then they bring her back to life. Yeah. Even though in Bloodlines, they say that's not bringing her
that's
back to
because
life.
she was dead and was brought back with, like, electric.
Yeah.
So it was different.
In Bloodlines, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. I just wanted to point that out before we went forward, because 2 is different in that, well, in the first one, not everybody dies either.
Clear.
Who's name-checked in Bloodlines. She makes it and appears in 2.
Right.
There's things about 2 that I like that put it over 3 for me, definitely, and make it a better one. I just don't remember the kills that much. But does that one have the tanning beds?
3 has tanning beds.
Okay.
All right, so favorite kill, is that tanning beds for 3?
Yes. What about you?
I have tanning beds in there, but then I crossed that one out and then put in Lewis at the gym. He's like, just can't kill me, just can't kill me. And then the swords cut the weights on his machine.
And it smashes his head.
Yeah, he lets go of the whatever it's called. I clearly lift weights. The pressure of it. He lets go of the...
Don't look at me like I know what you're talking about. the arm things that he pushes up and down. He lets go and then it smashes
the weights,
his head.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Just smash right. Just so much.
Really good timing in that scene.
That was great.
Yeah.
So even though that is my...
That's your least favorite. You like 4 better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're on to 4. Here we go.
Nobody makes it out of 3.
No.
4 is... Basically, everybody agrees but Kay that 4 is the worst.
I also think it's very bad. It's my second least favorite. I'm just saying that 3 was a little bit worse than it for me.
Okay.
Because of the fucking pictures. I think that... Okay, so 4 is at the NASCAR race.
Yes.
Why not?
And the opening was good, as they all are.
No, see, this is where it loses it for me already, though, because all of the other ones are playing on fears that everyone has.
That everybody has.
And then, you know what's not one of my fears? Dying at NASCAR? What?
That's true.
Going to see NASCAR at all?
Right. No, you're right. That's true.
It was bad. But there were some redeeming qualities in that... they kind of made you think so many times that death was coming. Like, you were at the racetrack, and then you were at the mall, and then you were at the freaking movies, and then you were at the cafe before, it just kept you going. That was good.
Yeah. It did have the pool intestine scene.
That was my favorite kill.
Yeah,
Hunt.
for sure.
Hunt getting sucked out through the butthole.
Yeah.
You could see like his sternum caving, like his stomach caving in because all of the intestines are coming out. It's real gross.
That was great. And of course, it had to have been after the short story Guts came out, right? I would assume.
I guess so.
I would think so.
I think that maybe if I got to see it in 3D, which it clearly was in 3D. Yes. Number one, they had the characters in the movie theater in their cool little aviators that were supposed to be 3D glasses. And there was a really cool explosion scene in that, which probably looked really cool in 3D. And then when the truck came through the cafe window and all of the skeletons were green and smashing through.
Mm-hmm.
That was
I'm pretty sure 5 was also 3D, but they really lean into it in 4. Yeah. And that's like all 4 is not great. Not great. They don't do anything different or interesting. I believe they also get the, I figured it out from the internet as how it works. I don't remember how they figure it out in 4. Do you?
Yeah, I think they just said I Googled it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is very lazy.
Oh, but this one has a good kill too, that he goes through the chain link fence, and that
yeah,
probably was good
yeah.
in 3D too, where it would just
Yeah.
go.
These are perfect to be made into 3D movies for sure.
Really gross.
So, okay, we got airplane, logging truck,
Roller coaster.
roller coaster, racetrack,
The bridge.
and 5
5.
is the bridge disaster. Which,
5. Until Bloodlines was my favorite.
Same.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Structural integrity of a suspension bridge is crazy already.
Mm-hmm. Terrifying.
Let alone when you have construction workers actually working on it.
Can you imagine?
While you're using it.
And being in that bus and seeing...
Just a hole. Just a straight hole down.
This one was very funny. They definitely lean really hard into the humor. It has some better cast members, some better performances than in previous movies. Because after the first one, it's nobodies that you don't give a shit about.
Right.
And it's funny because they also stop... Well, in the first couple, they're teenagers. But by, like, somewhere between 2 and 3, they stop showing the adults at all.
Right.
But then these guys are kind of adults themselves.
They're in college. Further. This one, I also like that they switched up the rules a little bit. I like when a franchise will take initiative like that. This is the first one where if you want to stop death, then you can take someone else's life.
And you'll get their lifespan.
Right. However long they were supposed to live, which backfires in this one because the guy's life that he accidentally or on purpose, we're not really sure. They ask him if he did it on purpose, accident. But he was really mad at him. Hard being the college kid foreman with a bunch of construction workers. For sure. Factory workers.
That's probably also another reason why this is one of your favorites.
Yeah. Felt hit close to home.
Industrial accidents. You've got to be pretty afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men in green hard hats. Not a thing.
Yeah, Kay looked up. What is a green hard hat mean?
I've never seen a green hard hat. Shut up. Yeah, so I liked that it expanded the franchise, like, rules. I also freaking loved the twist at the end.
Yes, that one ends with kind of a cool time loop thing where, well, it's not really. It's just we realize that this all was predating what happened in the first movie, and the flight that they get on
is Flight 180. They're going to Paris. Well, they're not. They're dying. They're dying in that flight.
And die they do.
And die they do. Poor kid just got an internship. He was like busting his ass with his little French chef as the sous chef, and he offered him an internship, and he got his girlfriend on board, and they were both gonna go enjoy their happy little French life.
Nope.
No.
I think part of the reason why these movies have been around for so long now, and they've withstood a lot of trends in horror. They've withstood found footage. They've withstood elevated horror. You know, they're still around and still popular. And I think it's because the monster is death.
Right.
Everybody's afraid of death.
Right.
You know, it appeals to you in a way that other movies don't, because it's not like a crazy cult or a witch
that will never happen to me.
Right.
Like death
or
is gonna happen.
Demonic doll or something.
Right.
It's something that everybody is afraid of that's going to happen to everybody. Maybe not being crushed by a piano or something, but
I think it's also like the idea that, well, if death has you in its sights, it's not unreasonable. Like, I could get behind, well, he wanted you, so he's going to take you no matter if you change the circumstances. Like, that's a premise that is easy for me to, oh, sure, that could be how death works. Absolutely.
You find it plausible.
I find it plausible.
Okay.
I could get on board with that.
I think that also the thing that I liked about these, having not really, I mean, I'd seen the first one, but I didn't really remember much, and I'd seen like parts of the other ones. I think what I like about them is that they're Looney Tunes like.
Yeah.
They're very Looney Tunes like. In fact, they're Looney Tunes like in a way that I hadn't thought of until I was kind of doing notes for this. Is like, a lot of times they don't die until they realize they're next.
Right.
It's like a character running off a cliff and not falling until they realize there's nothing under them.
Yeah.
You know, it's very cartoony in a very satisfying and funny way.
Their deaths are hilariously cartoony, too. Like, the amount of people that just get, like, sawed straight in half in these movies. Just, like, fully just sliding, one part of the body sliding off the other part of the body. It's just so good.
I think also the dip in quality kind of comes at a time when CGI was really shitty and it made the deaths look less real.
Right.
But I mean, I suppose that era was like 2 through 4 or 5 anyway. I don't know. I also like that everyone dies at the end. It's very weird how much damage is done in these movies from condensation on glasses.
If people just used a goddamn coaster, where would we be?
A coaster! A coaster!
Fucking coaster.
So many of these. Someone needs to go through who's not me and count how many of these have to do with condensation off of a cup.
I also want to know from the listeners who watched 5 when it came out in actual time. Because I was talking about this with Amy. I wasn't sure if I didn't notice that. So since we just watched them this year in 2025, I don't know that I could tell the difference between fashion from 2000 and fashion from 2011. Right. If I would have clocked it in 2011 when 5 came out, that... Why are they wearing clothes from 10 years ago? Oh, it's because it's 2000.
Yeah.
But, like, it's too far away for me now to...
They all look old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint, oh, that's 2000 look or that's 2011 look.
Yes, that's a good point, and I'd like to know that. So let us know, listeners.
Did you see it in the theaters and think, why haven't you updated your phone in 10 years? Or whatever.
I think something else that appeals to people about these is that they're kind of... I think in the same way that Drag Race is comforting to me in its sameness. You know, the way that they all follow a pattern every episode.
Yeah.
Any kind of reality competition show, right? They're like that. It has that kind of comforting sameness in these movies.
Right.
Which I guess can also be said of, like, slashers and stuff. Because there is always that kind of pattern that they follow. And I think that appeals to horror fans just like it appeals to fans of, I don't know, Project Runway and stuff.
Right. No, yeah, I definitely, a few times watching this, thought of the Scream franchise of just like every time you go into it, the main baddie and your main people and what someone's gonna be able to tell this premonition, and then they're gonna save a couple people, and then you just gotta buckle in and see and see.
Right. And this is another movie which we don't often have, but I think it makes their staying power maybe better. It's where the bad guy is not Freddy Krueger.
Right.
You know, it's an unseen force. Like, say, the Smile movies, or, you know.
You can only tell by when the winds of death are coming.
Those winds of death are blowing. That's how you can tell.
That's how you know.
All right. That is what we think.
Wait, your favorite kill from 5.
Okay. My favorite kill from 5 is the LASIK.
Ooh, yeah.
Because, and also the part in the premonitory, you know, the bridge collapse where that character loses her glasses.
Yeah. Because
that's terrifying to me.
Speaking as someone who can't see without their glasses.
Yeah.
You.
If I lost my glasses in a disaster, I would be worthless. Someone would need to guide me. I wouldn't be able to do anything. So that,
definitely not crawl across an I-beam from one part
no.
one part of the bridge to the next.
To be able to like jump from something? No. So that was really scary to me. And then the LASIK eye burning was really... I mean, her ultimate end is she falls out a window, so that wasn't that bad. But that scene, to me, was my favorite. What about you?
I liked the douchebag that went in for the...
The acupuncture.
Yeah, he stole the gift certificate for the massage.
From a dead colleague.
Yeah, as he's just going around pillaging all of their desks for spare change and things like that. He goes to the massage parlor. He's telling this girl behind the desk that he wants a happy ending. And she's like, I got just the masseuse for you. So it's just like a good scene, number one. Like, this woman's correcting his, spine and doing acupuncture. And then all of a sudden... he gets tossed off the table and a Buddha kills him. I really like the ones where the faces go smash.
They like to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Like to have things going through the head.
Yeah.
A lot of impalements.
Through the
a lot of head
eyes.
crushings. A lot of, all the stuff that people love to see.
Remember in your LASIK one when the eyeball comes out and then gets
run over? Yeah, fuck that girl in particular, huh?
Fuck her.
Okay. We'll put them all in our particular order once we talk about Bloodlines. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, so let us talk stats for Bloodlines. Final Destination Bloodlines was rated R. The runtime is 1 hour, 50 minutes. It was directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein. It was written by Guy Busick and Laurie Evans Taylor. It stars Kaitlyn Juana, Tio Briones, and Tony Todd, who is in most of them, maybe all. I'm not positive.
I'm not sure.
Released in the US May 16th of this year, currently streaming on HBO. It has a 92% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes with critics and an 87% with audience.
Yeah, it does.
Which is, incidentally, almost as high with critics as Weapons and slightly higher in audience rating than Weapons. Which shows how popular these movies are.
Once you get a following, everyone's just along for the ride. It doesn't matter.
Most of the time. Sometimes you can really piss people off. Like, there was another Blair Witch movie that everybody hated. There was another... they didn't like the Rob Zombie Halloweens, stuff like that.
People also really didn't like number 4 on this. When I was looking up a specific death, I was Googling it. And they were like, hey, look at this. Every one of the Final Destinations are coming to Netflix except for 4. Hilarious. I think someone sassed it and was like, oh, that's because it's not in numerical order.
It's because it's called
Final
the Final Destination.
Whatever. I don't care. But
it's
4
funny.
sucks.
But 4 sucks and everybody knows it. In this one, they've changed some stuff. First of all, this is directed by the 2 guys who made this movie Freaks that came out in 2019 or 2018. 2018. And that movie's very good. I just wanted to put that out there. It's always streaming on stuff. Different kind of movie, but also very good. They changed this in that they've actually been able to avert this tragedy. In this one. This is the first time where not just a handful of people, but everybody is saved. This woman stops the whole thing. It takes place in the 60s. This woman has a premonition of this tower that is sort of like the Space Needle collapsing. And she alerts everybody. The sky view. She alerts everybody in time to get everyone out safely. But death holds a grudge. And however many years later, in present day, her granddaughter is having the same vision over and over again. She's in college and it's ruining her grades and everything. So she goes home to try and get to the bottom of it because she hears this woman in this premonitory dream called Iris, which is very cute in that. So the movie opens with a blindfold coming off of her. This woman who's about to have this vision. Also, her name is Iris.
Yeah.
Cute, right?
Cute.
But she recognizes that name. My strange grandma's name is Iris. So she asks her family about it, and we find out that there's there's reasons why she was estranged, because she kind of was wackadoo and thought that because she averted this tragedy, everybody who had made it out alive was supposed to die, and they were all going in order. And if they couldn't, they were going through not only those people, but all of the offspring that they should never have been able to have.
All of their bloodlines, you would say?
One would even say their bloodlines.
Yeah, I would say.
Mm-hmm. So that's how this one differs.
Yeah.
And personally, I thought it was cool. I thought it was neat. And I was impressed that they were able to make it a family and make you care about them more than you have in previous incarnations of this, and yet still make it funny and entertaining. What about you? What did you think?
I think that they did a really good job letting you sit with the problems as they're arising, which is different from the rest of the franchise. Usually they do set up, take down, set up, take down. But things like with that first shard of glass in that water, you watch that thing for 15 minutes before it actually came into play. And even with the MRI machine as it's ratcheting up, and it just creates so much crazy tension. It makes it so much more, fulfilling when it finally comes.
Sure, yeah.
So I really liked the way that they, just drew that out a little bit more in this movie.
They gave it more time. And it should be noted that this one's almost 2 hours long. The worst one was, I want to say, 82 minutes long.
Right.
So, sometimes it's better to give it a little more time.
Yeah, you just had to sit with it and just I think it also plays into your brain is racing, okay, what is going to happen with this? How are they going to work this in? And that really, I don't know, this may be stupid. That really fits into the way that the grandma was thinking about everything. That was her whole premise. She has to think about everything 12 steps ahead of time because death is coming for her and her line. And then even Stephanie, they pass that on to her. She's just like, okay, this hedge trimmer could fall, and then that guy that's blowing the leaves could blow it into those kids playing the soccer ball, and then it'll hit you in your face, and then the dump truck, and he's like, oh, cool, not scared of any of that.
That was so smart of them to do.
Yeah, it's just getting her into that mentality also got us into that mentality, and it was just...
And played on the fact that we're always in that mentality when we watch these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mom was, or Grandma was kind of like the way that they did Laurie Strode in the Halloween reboots or whatever, requels, whatever you want to call those, where she was kind of, she did the same thing also that Clear did in the second one. Right. Basically, where they were able to survive because they thought of everything, or everything they possibly could. So it's also kind of a nod to that, but very interesting. And it's also interesting to think that death was maybe giving it a kickstart because you have to wonder in these movies, not that these movies merit very deep thought, but you have to wonder in these movies, why is there somebody that has this vision? Is it just like a thorn in death's side where some people just have this and they're able to have premonitions and it pisses death off? Or
death is just bored of
right, because she would have been fine had she never had this. Grandma would have lived out her life. Eventually she would have died, but if her having those visions, those dreams are what led her to Grandma, and and going to Grandma is what led to Grandma getting killed.
Right.
Fun.
I also really liked this particular movie because I know the franchise so well that I was able to predict, I don't know, basically the whole movie.
Yeah, Kay predicted every single thing that happened that was going to happen in this movie.
I loved it. And that makes me feel good and smart. As soon as that baby was shoved into that cabinet, I was like, oh, that's the corner. Amy's like, what? Shut up.
Yeah, so it's not the most amazingly written movie of all time.
Don't you take this away from me. Don't you dare.
But honestly, it's leaps and bounds better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
The opening sequence is really effective. I liked it. It was scary. It was pretty.
And it was a really long premonition sequence. What's going to take you out? Is it going to be the crack through the dance floor? No. Is it going to be the elevator? No. Is it going to be the whole
penny?
thing falling over? No. Yeah, right? There's so many like ways that could have taken them all down.
Yeah.
And it just kept going and going. Oh, God, and the degloving.
Ew. Yeah. This has a degloving.
On her brand new wedding ring.
Yeah, poor baby.
I mean, engagement ring. I know the difference. Shut up. I know the difference.
It was also cool, too, because this character of Iris is one of the smarter ones that we've had in any of these movies, because she, not only does she get people out, she takes that penny away from that kid. Yeah. Like, she goes and makes, like, make sure.
Yeah.
She puts a fire out that the chef's cooking with. She, you know, and then she runs over and tells the dancers.
Right.
Very smart. Yeah. I think that this one is better than the others because we get to know the characters. They're not just, you know, reduced to I am my character trait. Like the one in 4, how they just tell her she's a control freak over and over again. Was that 4 or
We've
was
got
that
the
5?
control freak. We've got the racist in 4.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? Nothing. Just a racist guy. Well, I mean, he does try to kill himself, but it's not his turn. That was pretty funny.
That was funny, yeah.
Okay, shut up. One redeeming quality does not a movie make.
They all have good... I mean, none of them are the worst things ever.
Right.
I would still watch it again if it was on television, you know?
We don't have television.
No, we don't. The opening of this one even has a literal piano falling and hitting a kid, actually. Which is the most Looney Tunes thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Unless it was like an anvil.
An anvil.
Right. Which is so great. But yeah, you called everything. We haven't talked about Tony Todd being in these movies. Perhaps because his role was stupid in all of them. It was just, you know, he was the magical black man there to explain what was going on to the characters.
I don't care. I love a recurring character. It doesn't matter to me how stupid the role is.
I mean, Tony Todd's awesome and a classic and well-respected horror actor, and deservedly so. I just wish they would have given him more to do in these movies than what they gave him.
Sure.
However, in this one, they did give him more to do, and it was very touching, even though it was really sad to see him because he died before the movie came out.
Yeah.
And it kind of called to mind the log lady in the Twin Peaks Return, her appearances on that, because she died after filming, but before that came out, and it was very sad, and she also kind of talked about mortality and stuff in her performance, the way that he does, which evidently the end part of his monologue was improvised, and he knew he was dying, and...
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So it was a nice homage to him. I think everyone else was... I mean, everybody in it was pretty well written for the most part, and had an interesting characterization, except for maybe the girl cousin and maybe the dad. But other than that, it was an ensemble that you actually cared about, which is brand new for this franchise.
Yeah. I was like, please don't kill Eric. Let Eric come along with us, even though he's an illegitimate child of this family.
That was a great addition to it, too. I enjoyed the idea of killing a character with a peanut allergy as a way to safely kill a character and bring him back, because they learned that that's an option. I also liked the straight call out of the Winds of Death by Iris having wind chimes all over her house.
Oh, yeah.
She knows about the Winds of Death.
She knows.
She's not stupid.
Yeah.
And I also really liked that there were cameos. Like, I feel like this does what a good amount of franchises don't do, which is it works as a standalone movie on its own. But it still has a lot of Easter eggs from the previous movies.
For the true fans.
Yeah. Not that it feels like you're being hit over the head with them or anything, but I liked that they had, like, instead of being, like, cameos from previous actors, it was, like, cameos of things that killed people. Like, it's the log truck, you know? Or, like...
Yeah.
I loved that. That was cool that they had cameos of previous murder objects.
Just from the binder alone goes through so many kills.
Right.
Yeah, I also like the way that Grandma convinces Stephanie. She's like, all right, you want to see? I'll just walk out of this house and I will let you see what I've been trying to save you all from.
Which was very gutsy. She knew that was the only way to convince her, I guess.
She knew that was going to happen, but, like, also, finally you have someone to take on this mantle for you, you know?
One day they're going to make an A24 style elevated horror version of Final Destination where someone witnesses one murder in front of them where something like this happens and then is just devastated for the rest of the movie, and that'll be the horror movie. And that'll kill the franchise
That's
there.
boring.
These movies are crazy for their ability for people to see people die right in front of them in horrendous ways and then be fine.
They're fine.
3 minutes later. It's wonderful.
Just the most. Well, I think that they touched on it in pretty much every movie. It's not just that these people killed. These people were killed in crazy ways.
Yeah.
And that's a part of it. Like, just ridiculous deaths.
Freak accidents.
Freak accidents.
What was your favorite death in this one?
I think I wrote down 2. Yeah. My favorite was Eric standing in front of the MRI machine.
Yes.
Where first goes the ear piercings, then goes the nose piercing, then goes the nipple piercings, then goes the penis piercing.
That's right.
And then the wheelchair comes in from behind and just smooshes him halfway through, leaving just an arm with an EpiPen. Oh my god, I loved it.
That was terrific.
Every single time that they had a different piercing, I got so excited when the nipple piercings came, and then when the penis piercing, I was just like, I just couldn't love you anymore. This ridiculous, ridiculous movie. And then my close second was, of course, a head smash when the girl cousin got thrown into the dump truck.
That was rough.
Then it was closing, and she almost made it out. Stephanie grabs her hand, pulls her, but gives her head smashed.
The only thing worse than a head crushing is like a slow head crushing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good. I wish that we would have seen this one in the theater.
Me too.
It would have been so fun to see this with a group.
There were so many times too of like just the nod to the matriarchy in this family, like trying their best to save their family. Like grandma trying to save her future husband is like, take my hand. She does it to her cousin. There's like 3 or 4 times that they're just like, please just take my hand. I can help. But alas, no.
Nay, everybody dies in this one again.
What's your favorite kill?
I guess I shouldn't say that. It's a spoiler.
Spoiler. What? I think everyone
knows that everyone mostly dies in these movies. Okay. My favorite kill, I'm not sure. I really liked the MRI machine. I really liked the garbage truck. I also really liked the dad getting his head run over by the lawnmower.
Oh, I could not. I didn't even watch that one. I didn't even watch it.
It was so good.
No.
I screamed for all 3 of those.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure which one was my favorite.
Screamed with joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I screamed like, ah! You know. I'm not sure. Don't make me choose.
Okay.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this one. I would give this a 4.
What do you think was up with Charlie's prom dress wearing basically grandma's dress when she got proposed to?
I think it was just part of Stephanie's premonition. Because things would always just be weird and deja vu-y and stuff when something was about to happen. So that's what I thought.
Okay. I was just like, that's weird that that's just the same dress with a different belt on.
I liked the cousins. I mean, I didn't care about the girl cousin, but the boys were funny.
Yeah.
And precious. Like, but Bobby was precious. He was so cute. And I loved the scene that you were talking about right before the garbage truck, where she's walking around saying, you know, this could kill you, this could kill you. And then it all does it exactly what she says. And I also, I really liked the scene where Bobby decides he wants to come with them, and they're just walking him so carefully and walking him past things so slowly and shuffling one person on either side of him. That was very funny.
Did you check the van for peanuts? I also really loved when Eric was so sad and he gave himself a dad tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
And they pull back and it just says dad.
It's so weird to me that we actually have a 6th movie in a franchise that is the best.
Yeah.
That has never happened before.
Yeah.
And it's not like a prestige director that's taken over it. It's not like a Jordan Peele has revamped something and of course it's going to be awesome. No, it's just guys that they made a good movie, and it's also the longest gap in the series so far. All this time passed and then they just, I think that's very impressive. Funny, ironic songs played during this one.
Oh, yeah.
Ring of Fire. Raindrops keep falling on my head when people are falling from the sky view. Something's got a hold on me when he gets the lawnmower on his head. Without You by Harry Nilsson when he's doing the tattoo.
Yeah, I loved the soundtrack for this movie.
It was very
possibly
funny.
because I just knew it all. So that always makes me like it more.
Other little Easter eggs that I found on IMDb. The app the garbage truck driver was on was called Crusher.
I was wondering what it was called. I was like, he can't be on Grindr. He's looking at girls. I don't understand.
Crusher.
Crusher.
When Iris and her boyfriend pull up to the venue at the beginning, their license plate is FL8 18E. So Flight 180.
180.
And then Darlene, when she's trying to figure out the name of the hospital, she was saying something Streams, Clear Rivers, which was the name of the character from 2. Little things like that. Cute. I recommend this. I think this would be a fine movie to watch even with younger teens. Because it's cartoon violence. It's not...
Yeah, I think, definitely. Start your spooky season off with this one. Have a, little party, paint some pumpkins, have some pumpkin spice lattes, and watch this movie. It's cute. It's great.
It's very fun. I had a lot of fun watching this. And varying degrees of fun watching the other ones.
Yeah.
What order would you put them in, babe? You go first.
All right. Bloodlines. 5, 2, 1, 4, 3.
That's a really good order, honestly. I would say...
Except for you're going to switch 3 and 4.
6... 5, 2, 3, 1, 4.
You're putting 3 above 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
For an amount of enjoyment I got out of it. I got Honestly, 3 and 1, I think I probably got the same amount of enjoyment. I liked 2 a little better. I liked 5 better than 2. I liked 4 the least, and I liked 6 the most.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 5 probably wouldn't be so high up on my list if... Well, no.
If it didn't have the circular ending?
Well, circular ending, but then that's a lie, because I really like that they added that you can kill someone. Oh, that reminds me of number 6, too, when they were thinking about killing a baby.
Yeah.
The brothers.
Because that's an actual thought I had while I was watching the 5th one.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Just kill a baby.
Kill a baby, of course.
Just kill that baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah. I liked 5 too because they had another, like they had a commercial kitchen and all of the accidents that could happen at a commercial kitchen, which was great. Yeah.
And also me working in kitchens for so long, I was just like, it wasn't super suspenseful of like, oh God, this is scary and this is scary. It's just like, yeah, you're in close quarters. Of course, someone's going to almost impale you with the rotisserie chicken. Like,
that's not scary.
That's not even that spooky. Like, whatever. That's just working in a kitchen. You basically have like a little hallway to walk down. I don't know, man. You're going to have hot pans.
And this from someone who hurts themselves every time they cook. So.
Yeah, every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get used to it. Safety first, am I right?
Safety first. And that's what we think about Final Destination Bloodlines.
Bloodlines.
Let us know what you think. You can get in touch with us via our website, thebloodlust.net. You can email us at thebloodlustpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Threads. All those ways and more. You can comment on the podcast by leaving a review on iTunes or whatever it's called now, Apple Podcasts. I'm very old, listeners.
Try to change my mind about 3 being the worst. I don't know. Whatever. Try. Go ahead.
You want to talk about anything you've been reading?
Well, I just started Baby Teeth.
Yeah. You enjoying it?
Baby Teeth? That's a bad, bad baby.
Yeah.
It's a terrible baby.
Who wrote that? Is it like Zoji Stage or something? Is that her name?
Let me pull up Hoopla.
Baby Teeth.
Zoe Stage? Zoji Stage.
I was correct.
Yeah.
It was a very frustrating book.
Well.
Enjoy it, honey.
I'm loving it.
I'm reading The Woodkin by Alexander James. It's pretty good. Guy goes hiking and finds creepy people in the woods. It's one of my favorite subgenres is crazy folk horror-y things happening in the woods. So
just some crazy people out in the woods.
I'm enjoying it. I'm almost done with it. I think I'm going to be starting an Adam Neville book after that because it was available and everything else I wanted to read was on hold.
Yeah. And now we're going to go shopping.
That's right.
Babe's got to get an outfit for a wedding reception.
That's correct.
Got to put on our dancing shoes.
Dancing, dancing, dancing.
Beautiful.
For our next movie, I don't understand how it's possible, but there's a Stephen King book I'd never read that I've never even heard of called The Long Walk. Now there's a movie, and it comes out September 12th. And as a horror podcast, it is our duty to review it. I hope it's good.
Should we read the book first?
I didn't even know it existed. It was like, I think it's his first book, but I always thought his first book was Carrie. Like, where did this come from? I don't know. Listeners, explain it to me.
Someone found it in an attic.
Maybe. I mean, he's not dead.
The lost papers. It doesn't mean that he's lived in the same house for his entire life.
It seems like a weird thing he'd do, live in the same house his whole life. So that's what we're going to review. If you can explain why it appeared.
So excited.
I'm not. I hope it's good. I feel like the director made something I liked okay. Oh, the second Hunger Games movie.
Yeah.
Which I liked. So maybe it'll be good.
Well.
Let us hope.
Hopefully this feeling of being bamboozled would go away.
I just don't understand. I know lots about Stephen King. I thought I had at least familiarity with all of his books. Turns out no.
How embarrassing.
I know.
This is the beginning of the end of the podcast.
Maybe it is.
Oh my god.
Anyhow, listeners, we'd love to have a review. We haven't had a review since like 2024 sometime. Like December 2024.
It was probably me.
Rude.
Ah.
Rude. Give us a review on your listening app of choice. Also,
Bully them.
I will.
Get 'em.
I will. We provide you with entertainment and try to suggest movies for you to watch. We watched 6 Final Destination movies in 2 weeks for you. I'm just saying.
Cherish us.
Cherish us. Also, we're on YouTube now. And Amazon Music. So, put that out there if you like to listen on different platforms. This has been episode 284. Thank you, babe, for joining.
Ah, it's a pleasure.
And why are you laughing?
Your tonal change was just so funny. Review us, goddammit! This has been episode 284.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate your business.
Thank you for liking and subscribing. Smash that subscribe button. Follow us. And other such internet speak.
That's right. No, thanks for listening. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Until next time, I've been Amy.
I'm Kay.
Thank you. Good night.
And hail Satan.